I'm here. Sorry. Figure I'd have it down after a year. Happy birthday, Cenla Weather. Thank you guys for all the birthday wishes. And yeah, sprinkling rain out of nowhere. Crazy. Got a few sprinkles out there. I have taken our rain chance to 10%. I have something to watch on radar, but it is 1 year ago today that Cenla Weather started. Obviously, Tom and I have been doing weather here for, I think let's see, he came in 84, so that's 40. Look at that math. I came in '02, so 22, so 62 years of weather experience rolled into this 1 year old operation here. We had to do it our own way, and here we are, loving life. We got cameras. We have 8 set out there. In talks to maybe do a couple more. We're gonna have to see because they're not cheap, but I would love to get a couple more out there. But I initially wanted like 50, and then I'm like, I'd have to control 50 then, so maybe 10's a good limit to put on that. So here's what one of those gorgeous views looks like this morning in Natchitoches. 74 degrees, dew point is 68, looking nice out there. Cloudy skies here in Alexandria, 75 with a dew point of 69. But I have some of these cameras are actually facing toward where the sun sets, and this is last night. I'm going to get my bald head out of the way here. Look at Toledo Bend just showing off last night. Drew, one of the guys who works on the back end stuff with these cameras, he always is checking things out, and he's like, you got to see this sunset, and they got the wave clouds going on there. Oh my goodness, it is absolute gorgeousness right there. So that is what we had there. Yes, I'm gonna have to pull myself back onto the screen because those are the rules. Here's the radar. I promise I'm here. There we are. We still have some rain going up in the mid-Atlantic, and there you see those few sprinkles that are settling in toward Alexandria. It might hit us head on with like a trace of rain. You can see those are kind of fizzling out here. Had a couple little bursts in there, some moderate rain. Probably last about a minute, and these look like they're fading out. So rain showers slowly dropping into the area, but nothing crazy going on today. I did go ahead and add that 10% in here, mostly cloudy skies. Thank you, Miss Linda. 50 stars for the first birthday celebration. That's going right toward a piece of cake. 78 degrees. Look at that new Southern Air logo. We've kept so many of our sponsors on, and it started off, it was like a 1 year thing, and I can't tell you how appreciative I am of that because this is not your traditional kind of media. So it's truly a coming together of the community to support this. So, and let's say someone came on for 6 months and then they're gone. That's awesome. You guys contributed a lot to a local thing that is very local, totally local focused, and it's a neat thing to see the community come together the way it has around Cenla Weather, and we appreciate that. So Southern Air, they got a new logo. So I think the bear's name is Barrett, if I zoomed in close enough. Cooling, heating, plumbing, generators, all that good stuff. So they're staying on. Lots of them are staying on. 85 degrees at 1 p.m., 88 at 4 p.m., and then it looks like temperatures over the next little while here. Not only do we get up into the upper 80s today, I think the clouds hold us down a little bit. Could hit 90 if you see more sunshine, but overnight tonight we get back down into the low 70s, upper 60s, and maybe some mid 60s up to the north. Temperatures continuing to look pretty decent, a little above normal, but not bad, not that summertime heat. Because, with it being the birthday here, I've neglected to mention that it's the first day of October. Very exciting here, as this is when temperatures really start to slide down. So Futurecast showing a couple of sprinkles, again, only about a 10% coverage. And we cannot forget when talking about sponsors, and I'm going to take a second here on this one because Igloo Roofing, Jason Huffman, he's the one who came to me several years ago and was like, you need to get this stuff sponsored, man. So finally I called him and was like, all right, well, what do I do then? And Igloo coming on and doing that, they were the reason this all got started. And then them, along with everyone else, are the reason why it's sustainable. So I don't have to go into debt to give you weather because that would not be smart. But give them a call if you ever have. I know some people, you maybe your son's a roofer, so you're probably not going to choose Igloo. But let's just say you don't have anyone in the family doing it and you're like, I'm lost. Where do I go? You go to Igloo Roofing, 318-731-3088. It's a new number. So if you have the old one saved, save the new one. Not much going on in the severe outlook for today. Just a few storms in Florida, up in the Great Lakes, and down into southern Arizona. And here's that area that we were talking about, all that fake news that we hate so much. We had that post that I shared part of and put the big no sign over top of it. 40% chance of development. it's not going to be something that's stronger than Helene. Helene was a Cat 4 that's probably going to go down as like a top 5 storm in the last 100 years with the devastation it has brought. So to say that something is going to be stronger than that, first off, is quite a bold statement, especially when it looks like maybe we'll get a tropical storm out of this. The jet stream is going to be coming down further to the south. That's what happens this time of year. You get stronger jet stream, more wind shear, and that is why we're not going to see a big problem here. Initially, some of these model runs showed a little bit more of a scary little episode, but we are not seeing that now, and that was days ago. Plus, that post that I shared said landfall between October 3rd and the 12th. Well, I can do that too. I think there's going to be a hurricane that's going to make landfall in the United States within the next 9 years. So you can just expand that outward, and it gets really easy to do. There will be some tropical moisture up here, though. It looks like we'll see a few sprinkles like we're seeing today. I think it's pretty dry through the 7-day, but we do have a chance to see some scattered storms by Friday. Thank you, Ashley. Oh my goodness, we got Donna, and we got a stars party. It tells me when you're on the back side of things here, it says activate a stars party. Well, you guys have activated that yourselves. Thank you, guys. I really do appreciate that. Everything helps. I mean, we're able to keep this all running because trust me, all this fancy stuff, it's not cheap. So thank you. We appreciate it, and it allows me to present this in a professional way until I start talking. Then I just have fun and kind of freestyle it, which is, I think, fun for everyone too. A lot of rain across Florida with this tropical connection that's going to be coming across. And why does the jet stream come down this time of year? Why do we see it strengthen? Because the jet stream is driven by temperature differences. And when you look at like July 1st. It's probably going to be in the 70s and 80s up in northern Canada, just near the Arctic Circle. You'll see 50s and 60s. So there's a little bit of a temperature change there, but down here it's in the 90s. And then when you get into the fall and the winter especially, well, it's way below zero up there, still in the 80s and 90s down across Mexico and Cuba and some of these areas. So a huge temperature difference, and that temperature difference drives that jet stream, and that jet stream is going to drive that stuff right across the Florida Peninsula this time. And that's why we see more wind shear. And then when we're talking about severe storms, we actually need wind shear to keep those going. Wind shear destroys hurricanes, helps severe storms. Thank you, Miss Sandy. Thank you, Dawn. Appreciate all y'all. And here's your 7-day forecast. That 10% added for those sprinkles today. Maybe some scattered storms for Friday. If you have a little high school football action around the area, you'll want to look at radar. 20% on Saturday, and then it's dry again. And it looks like temperatures are going to actually kind of stay pretty close to normal. But, man, it's going to be dry. So I hope you soak in that sprinkle today, because it does not look like much rain through the middle of the month. And temperatures probably around normal, maybe a little above, which again, normal this time of year is around low 80s. So if we do low to mid 80s, overnight lows around 60, we are not doing bad. Yes, let's talk cold fronts. We have some coolish fronts on the way. We don't have any big cold coming, but it does look like we'll see some overnight lows in the 50s. Let me look at one thing here. And I do look at this before, trust me. I'm just looking to see how cold the GFS ensembles are like in 10 days. Overnight lows, I mean, this is the average from 57 to 60, so we're looking pretty good there. But I always like to go into this and find the absolute coldest minimum temperature that I can find. And in this case, oh my goodness. So 15 days from now, the coldest ensemble, which is not going to happen, has us down at 38 degrees. But it gives us something to dream about, something to shoot for. That may even get to where it's a little cool for some of you. But while I don't see 38 on the horizon, I do see lots of 50s. So thank you guys for one great year. I'm going to have a heartfelt post about this later, but I truly do mean it. We couldn't do it without you, without the sponsors, without the engagement, without you. I mean, we just have a great community here. And typically, nobody's nasty or crazy, which is so crazy because we have 67,500 people in here. We've actually, I did want to tell you a couple of numbers, and then I'll let you go. But 67,500 and something followers. It's going up every day. We've had 13,400 new followers in the last year. So since we kind of switched over to this kind of thing here, our reach, 1.8 million people. It doesn't seem that's accurate, but it is. So 1.8 million, 3.6 million 3-second views of videos, 616,900 of you stuck around for 1 minute of one of these videos. And that means 2,864 days and 15 hours of view time. And content interactions, 464,400 interactions. So that's comments, likes, shares, all that kind of stuff. So you guys, without you, this thing is just me talking into a microphone and my mom watching. So I will see you guys back here tomorrow for the 1 year and 1 day anniversary. Thank you so much for a great year, and I will see you back here on Wednesday.